characters that were entirely scrapped to a glitch that deletes items from other players' worlds, here are 25 Genshin Impact facts that you did not know. Did you know that in Genshin's closed beta test, there was a feature where you could trade items with friends and other players? As seen in this ancient video, you used to be able to drop items on the ground for other players to pick up, including artifacts and several other items. Imagine being able to trade artifacts that have the stats that you need with other people, just like Pokemon cards. In patch 4.1, with the release of 2 new 5-stars, Nuvillet and Risley respectively, Nuvillet had this strange bug where the entire back part of his suit, plus his horns and tendrils, would glow blue just like whenever he used his charged attack. In patch 4.6, Hoyoverse removed this beautiful waterfall that was found in North Vanarana. Apparently they removed this to reduce memory and game optimization, which is unfortunate because it was absolutely gorgeous. Did you know that back in the early days of Genshin, you could break electro crystals with cryo attacks? Nobody knows why this was removed, but it was really cool. You used to be able to change the time in game and hit confirm and the escape or exit key at the same time to change the in-game time without having to watch the time tick by. This was ultimately removed in version 2.2 and I miss it a lot. Diluc used to have a game-breaking bug that could easily take out any enemy in the game. I mean, just look at these insane damage numbers. This was taken out of the game by Hoyo, but just imagine how insane it'd be if it had stayed in. Enjoy rolling and going out of bounds? Sayu gets the job done when it comes to completing this task. This currently works as of making this video, so experience this fun glitch before they decide to patch it. Up next, the Midsummer Island Adventure event. It had a fun story quest alongside a new exploration zone with mysteries to uncover and rewards being handed out like candy. This beloved content was taken from us when the patch went away. Why, Hoyoverse? Did you know that there was a hack where Kaveh could delete any item in your world? At the time, this could completely destroy your save file if important items or NPCs were deleted. This was extremely dangerous, but luckily Hoyo was quick to come to the rescue and patch the issue and fix people's worlds. I spoke about the closed beta earlier, but did you know the opening song used to be completely different from the current one we have now? See if you can hear the difference and let me know which one you prefer. Another thing showcased in the closed beta is Amber's old animation. She used to do a cute little dance, and I'm not exactly sure why this was removed. Kokomi could walk on water before Farina. The way you could do it was to press your elemental burst and the button to talk to an NPC at the same time. Make sure your animation goes off while you talk to the NPC, and you should be able to walk on water permanently after that. Damage from aim shots fired by bow characters is less than what you'd usually get if it hits an enemy really far away from you. This is also true for the elemental gauge units the arrows apply. The farther the arrow travels, the less damage it'll deal, and the less GU it'll apply. The only exception to this may be a Ganyu that uses an Amos bow. Kaya's skill normally applies 2 units of cryo, except it applies 4 units if it's on water. This is what allows Kaya to ice bridge, since the frozen time for 4 units is longer than his skill cooldown. So, the Kaya ice bridge thing is an intentional thing added by Hoyo. Ever noticed how birds in Sumeru chirp in a weird way? That's because they spell out the words such as Mihoyo or Deshra in Morse code. This might be the biggest one of them all. The main character was originally supposed to be a character called Kate, and was rumored to be an electro sword user. She has light blue/white hair, wears black European-style armor, and appears to have a prosthetic/robotic hands. She also has a red variant of her armor floating around the internet. Unfortunately, leakers such as Lumi on Twitter have announced that Kate and her other file named Kevin, but it still uses the same model, was a stand-in for the Traveler and will not appear in the game. Early in Genshin, the original resin cap was 120, which limited the amount of energy players could stockpile. This later was increased to 160, allowing players to engage in more activities without feeling pressured to log in frequently. And now we finally have 200. Still less than the 240 in Star Rail though. There used to be a glitch where you could fly anywhere. Using the geo pillar at the highest point of the map near the updraft, you can drop off of it to the updraft and then paraglide backwards in a circle until your character gets stuck in really weird angles, and then press the attack button to do the air attack horizontally. Speaking of bugs, did you know there was a bug that removed every NPC from the game? What's so creepy about it is that at first it feels kind of peaceful, but then it settles in that every area just feels like a ghost town. I'm not sure what to think of this one, and additionally it also removed every mechanic in the game, including teleporting and any sort of interactions. There's a way to access a private server which will let you do almost anything to modify the game, including changing the character models, get any 5-star, and basically go wild with your imagination. It's extremely dangerous for your account, as Hoyo will ban you if they find out, and it's against the terms of their service. Drops and domains used to just throw the items all over the floor, but some players turn this into a nightmare. We're looking at you, Venti users, and Jean and Animo main character also interfered with this. Expeditions are something you don't really think about now. Prior to patch 1.1, if you sent a character out on an expedition, you couldn't use them at all in your party. You also had to claim and send them out one by one instead of a claim all button, which was annoying, but you could also send out less characters at a time. Did you know that Ayaka holds the record for the longest running banner in the game at 240 days? That's 7 months and 3 weeks. There was a delay for the 2.7 update, and that was the reasoning for this timer. They later changed it to say before 2.6 ends to clear up confusion. The Battle Pass has undergone big changes. Fragile Resin wasn't added until 1.3, and the challenges we have now are totally different as of 1.5. For 3 patches, you only needed 900 experience per level, and of course, the addition of TCG tries to force it upon you with a Battle Pass challenge. Initially, events required resin to obtain rewards such as Unreconciled Stars. During event phases 2 and 3, you were spending about 560 resin minimum to at least claim the crown, which is just crazy to think about. Thankfully, this was changed in version 1.2 due to the backlash being so bad. If you liked this video, then you should check this one out!